because he's bored and unemployed for each September day. There is a certain video game that Holavoir is going to play. Today's game is Need for Speed Underground 2. Hey everybody, it's Holavoir Plays for September 3rd, and today we're playing a GameCube game called Need for Speed Underground 2. And this game is my favorite racing game for the GameCube, which I'll explain more in a moment. But this game, developed by EA Canada, as are all the Need for Speed games developed by EA Games Canada. So if you're Canadian, be proud for what you've accomplished series-wise, I guess. And was released for Windows, PS2, PSP, Xbox, GameCube, and the Game Boy Advance also, which I thought was sort of crazy, and Nintendo DS in 2004-2005. And I pretty much regard this as one of the best games in the series, to be honest. So I just got through the first practice area, and now we're actually legitimately playing the game, more or less. So I'm going to do this race right here. I'm driving a Nissan. How you basically play this game is go to these racing events and win. And for the most part, it's really hard not to. Cindy's calling me on my mobile phone for a drag race, and she says, "Hey, burb boy, you in the big city now. Ya best have what it takes, 'cause no one here is gonna show you any mercy. Now you still want to play with the big boys?" Considering Cindy is a girl who's pretending to be a boy, it's pretty interesting. I think I'm going to go and see that and try and figure out what that's all about. So this one, press R for perfect shifting, and that's basically it. And don't lose. Now, what can make this really challenging is if you crash, basically it's game over for you on this race. So you don't have to worry about controls, the game will do it for you. All you have to worry about is shifting and staying out of the way of other cars. So switch lanes when a car is approaching, and just keep on driving. And this is actually the easiest event in some people's eyes. It's also one of the most difficult in others, because if you screw up on too many shifts, I mean, you can lose pretty easily. Like right now. If I had hit that car, I would have been done. But now, since I've won this race, and actually, one characteristic of the game that drives me nuts is if I can't type out my full username, Holavoir, because there isn't enough space for it, I get kind of upset about that. I'm Holavoir right now, so I guess it's I'm Holavoy playing this game. But I get reputation points for each race I win, and I earn a lot of bank. Now I have to select a sponsor every once in a while. It's sort of ironic that this happens now, but I just
sorted through the last stack of contracts. A lot of sponsors want to sign you up for the Underground Racing League, so I picked the best of the best for you. Just let me know who you want to sign with.
It really doesn't matter which person you choose for your sponsor. What matters is what kind of races you like to do. So if you like circuit races, you would choose Street Glow, Drift, Drag, or if you want a variety. Now, I'll do one of each of these kind of races just to give you sort of a glimpse of what the game's like, or we'll just run around and do nothing the whole time. We'll see. So I'm gonna do, let's see. I like circuit races, but I'm thinking of doing the threesome here with Toyo. There's no time limit for doing those races, so whatever. Let's just drive around and have fun. Oh, that was fun. So here's one of the special races I can do where I take on another opponent.
Yo, son, I'm gonna blow your spot up if you don't knuckle up.
Usually what I try to do is destroy them. I never really lose these events. Just awesome. I can somehow usually make the person die.
Hey man, you getting gapped like you do. You still fast lane to the ends.
And then they call you telling you how you suck even though you won. Each of the shops sort of has a light that will shine out. There's one up ahead though. So here, there's a green light here. This means this is a body shop. And there's money all over the place too that's just lying around for whatever reason in this game. Serve as a reward for driving. So I'm going to enter the shop and just build something on there so you can sort of get an idea. So, let's see. And now, by adding those parts, I've increased my visual rating. And for each star you earn, up to 10 stars, you can get essentially better parts, I think. So that's cool. But this is such a customizable game. I think by the time you get to the end of the game, you can choose from up to 40 different cars to drive, which is freaking awesome.
So get out there and mod out your ride.
Oh yeah,
and
so
I
that's
almost
what it
forgot.
is.
There's a pretty sweet bonus in there if you do. I'll call you later.
Well, that answers the question. You basically get a freaking DVD cover. All they're saying is that you take a picture of your car on a cover because apparently people think it's awesome, and you can customize the cover, I think, too, a little bit. So I'm going to race Ryan in a circuit race. He says, "Whoa, sucka. If your ride was a poker hand, I'd be folding it right about now. You think you got enough to beat my straight flush? Let's lay down the cards and find out on the track." It's kind of interesting. We're going to play poker on a road in the middle of traffic. Die. I have better parts than you. Yeah, I may have screwed up already, but it's okay. I want to start from the back so you can watch me take over the lead and work for my money, or watch them do that. It's amazing how many cars people just drive into in this race like that. The reason this is my favorite racing game on the GameCube, well, during the time that GameCube was all the rage, which for some of you might be never, but for most of you who are Nintendo fans, you know, GameCube's actually pretty much retro now. It's kind of crazy. I got a GameCube with my friend around the time that I owned this, and it was popular. And a lot of the games that I bought were games that he had bought first, and really ended up me or my brother liking those games, and then we purchased them. And it was sort of a joke for a while that my friend was choosing all the games for me. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to get something on my own. And so I bought this game, not really expecting it to be anything close to what I had remembered of Need for Speed on the original PlayStation, the original game that came out in 1999. And to my surprise, it was sort of different at first, and I wasn't sure I was going to like it. But I ended up really enjoying this and getting into the races. And I think if it weren't for the fact that there were no police cars in this game, which, you know, that's a big part of Need for Speed in the history of this series' success story. If it weren't for those not existing, this game would be flawless. And so this was one of the first games that I bought originally before my friend, and ended up really liking, and then he ended up buying it too, because finally I had impressed him with some game that I had bought. Rarely ever happens. So, yeah. And as you can see, I'm pretty much dominating. That might be because I have this on easy. Well, I beat Demetrius, Stefane, and Ryan. So the people who talk through me through the SMS are sort of losers when it comes to racing. Kind of bizarre, isn't it? As are all EA games, it's not originally composed music for the most part. They, I don't know what you'd say, but purchase the rights to certain songs being played. Do a lot of remixes. And it's a good mix. It's not the typical hard rock songs that you hear. There we go.
Hey, what's up,
Of course, then it plays Rise Against. So you know there's that. I don't know the exact location. He's out of here. So this is my favorite shot because you can freaking change the color of the original car, and you get kind of a lot of choices. Not a shit ton. And you can also unlock metallic and pearlescent colors later, but the original mix is anything you'd expect. Let's find purest black color. Let's do one of the Underground Racing League races. I can go to my map and circle through all of those. I think we'll do the sprint first. So by clicking on it with the map, you'll activate a GPS kind of system thing that will guide you towards where that event is, which is pretty nifty. God damn it. Oh, and for the most part, when you crash in this game, everything is hard. It's like a hard surface. It's really, really dumb for whatever reason. That race might be on. And if it isn't, then I know where to go. In that corner. There are hidden races in the game, and if you find one of those hidden races, you best do that race because it will give you lots of money. Philip tells me that I have to quit my flashing and get it real. This here sprint is marking up against your deal, and the sponsors ain't gonna go for anything except a win. Pull hard and go hot, because this is for the quid. I gotta have that quid. Toyota Corolla. I drive a Toyota Corolla in real life. You know, the car that everyone else has on the road. At least in America. Let's hope I don't crash, of course. It's kind of crazy when you listen to music in a game like this, and, you know, it's not the music you typically listen to, but since it's on the soundtrack, you don't mind it so much, and then you end up liking it, sort of. It's really interesting. That's why I've sort of felt a little bit, you know, hit or miss when I have to make those charts. I know that with some of the songs, people are going to have completely different reactions, and I have to base it almost solely on composition. Especially in the GameCube chart, it's based solely on composition, and not really so much nostalgic value. Now, of course, there's always going to be a nostalgic value on the systems that I own. Whereas the first one, I don't want to talk about that. Let me just say that if you listen to the Nintendo chart and you ended up liking it in the end, then good for you. Woohoo, winner, winner, chart. God, lady, stop looking in my car. So yay, I won an Underground Racing League race. I feel 2% better about my life. Hey dude, gotta figure out where you're going. Choose a direction, sir. Just choose a direction. I'm not gonna move now. Just choose a direction. Okay. Having fun there? Again? Really? I'm gonna kill her.
Hey, yo, dog, if I wasn't playing games in my car, I might have seen him drop the flag.
Huh? Whatever. I still remember the first time I ever did one of these events. And the person... I activated the event and they immediately crashed and I won. And I wondered what the hell I did. Because I had never done the race before. But it was great. I'm not doing anything special, sir. God damn it, I might actually lose this one. No? He crashed too? That was lucky. Now I have a lead. That was luck. City more or less is reminiscent of like Los Angeles, maybe Seattle, I don't know. I've never really been to Seattle much. Oh, but yeah, Bayview is in the mountain there, so yeah, Hollywood. That kind of answered the question, didn't it? Oh boy. Gotta get speed. Not crash, come on. Yeah.
Hey, sucker, you frontin' like you all that now, right? We'll see how you run next time.
Well, I'm driving around the city a lot. Let's go up to the Beacon Hills area. The GPS does do shortest distance, so you'll end up zigzagging through city streets quite a bit, for whatever reason. Kind of annoying, but whatever. Crossing the bridge to Beacon Hills. Which, I mean, is a total rip-off of Beverly Hills. Now that I think about it, this is totally after Los Angeles. With the palm trees and everything, I don't see how I saw this as Ooh. That's a hidden race. I'm gonna do that one. Sup, mutt. Since I'm gonna be taking all of your Benjamins, you can call me Bank. Hey Bank, you deposit enough in my wallet and maybe I'll give you a free toaster. You ready to start an account? I want an account. I need that free toaster. You don't understand. All the dough I'm raking in needs to be toasted. That was a burn if you didn't notice. Oh good, good. I liked that series of starting events there. That was what I was hoping for. Key to racing in a game like this, hard edges, just power slide into the curves. You'll be good. This is actually a really short circuit. No, I'm not talking about the electric outlet. Did you catch it? The joke there? Yeah. No. I tend to be not funny when I'm trying to be funny. And really funny when I'm trying not to be. It's purely in my nature. So yeah, it's a legitimate racing game. If you really like this kind of thing. Now, this is not everybody's cup of tea when you're looking for racing. There's a lot of NASCAR fans out there, and they want, you know, kind of Sega Rally Championship type games. There's also the people who, you know, they want the more social races like Mario Kart for it to become racing. That's fine. I understand that. This is not for the social gaming experience. I'll tell you that. This is one player mode to the extreme racing, which is not easy to find these days, actually. And the more recent Need for Speed games, I have not been too impressed with. I know we own one for the Wii, and I might have to try that later this month. Actually, that's a promise, because I've never played that one. And the police come out, and I don't find it as entertaining. I tried playing it with a friend, actually the same friend I was talking about earlier. I couldn't get hooked, and I don't know why. hopefully after playing this and then playing that later, I'll get a better picture of why. And then I'll be able to explain why. Oh wow, 3 girls with the same clothing. I wonder if that was on purpose or not. That was awful. Oh, that was an awesome turn. I handled that like a beauty. I'm not used to stuff so well. Usually it's like that. Screw the hell up. What else can I tell you? Well, I mean, you just keep doing the one-player mode, and it does take kind of a lot of time, but you really can't lose, and that, you know, gives you a lot of, it gives you a lot of spirit. It makes you feel like you can actually complete the game, and you can. It's pretty easy. It's sort of anticlimactic, if I'm gonna put it out there right now. I know that I've completed the game. I mean, it's still worth it because you just sort of feel like you're in control. Now, I've always been sort of freaked out by, if you look at the lower right, you have this guy with the bald head. And whoever did the graphic design for this person's, you know, skin or whatever, he has this weird line going down the middle of his neck. I like to think that he just came out of brain surgery after, you know, being a little too stupid. So, you know, let's do a Street X event. That's one of my favorite events because you just basically get to be a bitch. Now, what's important to realize with the signage around the town, you'll see on the highways and in some of the places located around the city, you'll see these signs that have names of the areas and then these circles or, you know, symbols of whatever. That will actually help you figure out where some of the shops are in the city. So in the stadium area, there is a yellow shop which stands for car specialties. And in the city center, there's a green shop which is for body shop work. So it's super helpful. Really, there's no way you can get confused in this game. You're in it for the one-player mode, though. Me being sort of an independent guy, as you've noticed, I've never been really playing with somebody else, which I'm hoping that will change for this series of games. I'm hoping to be playing with my brother, but I am hoping to have, in the future, somebody join me for videos. Either just to have commentary or to have a second player, because it's always fun to watch certain games, especially like a Mario Party game, be played by myself. That was an interesting butt shot. Girl has fire. Great. So this one, you have to win the race. There are races that you don't have to come in first. But really, you just use your ability to spin out the other guys and get in first. It's like, I mean, they call it Street X because it's supposed to be like violent driving, racing. Kill everybody in sight. You're in it to win it kind of stuff. You can see here, this is not really becoming much of a challenge. Another thing that this game got really criticized for is you'll notice around the track in the game mode, you'll see a lot of different franchises being advertised. So Pizza Hut there, Burger King, burgers, Singular is a huge one, Singular Wireless, which I don't think exists anymore. I don't know if anyone's heard of them overseas, but they were a US cell phone company for a while. The symbol's right there. And Pontiac right there. I mean, it's just everywhere. And of course all the cars are certain models. Oh shit. Car came up on me. Going to talking so much that I could have almost lost the race here. But I'm a winner. Okay, so then if you out there with your Ford Focuses thought you could beat me in Street X, you better take Arnell's losing position. Second is not the best. Second is just the first loser. Got me? I ain't no half human. I'm all woman. Okay. This will probably be the last thing I do. Every once in a while you'll get a special event. And some of these are timed, some of them are not. But you gotta get there in a specific amount of time, and then they'll have you go to another location on the map. And depending on if you can get there in the time limit allotted, will determine whether or not you can actually participate in getting the reward, which is usually a cash reward, and they'll tell you got on a photo cover or whatever. I mean, it's bullshit. It doesn't get sent anywhere. It's just in-game publicity, if you want to call it that, even. So, here's the star event. I'm going to press up, and it'll tell me to race somewhere, usually. So yeah, hey man, this guy's got to take off soon. It's going to be tight, but you got to make it to his location in the next 2 minutes or you're out of luck. Woo! I'm going to be on a cover. You're going to see my car and be like, whoa dude, that's some tight driving.
Nice, you just scored.
See, now I can take a
turbo.
picture of my car and get on the cover of a magazine.
Hey,
So,
I've been hearing a lot of you lately. You're getting to be a real heavy out there. Way to go. I know you can drive, but can you direct? Move your ride around the zone and shift the camera angles to get the perfect layout.
So-
When you think you have it, press the camera button to nail the shot. Simple,
yeah,
right?
so basically you
Have
can
at it.
drive around as long as you want. Just keep and try to get the best picture possible. But of course it means absolutely nothing what you do. So you can show off in limited fashion. Like you can open up your doors back and forth by using the control stick. Apparently that's awesome in certain people's ways. You can cycle the cameras so you can get different angles. And then finally when you're happy you can take the picture. I like to drive around and then get in a crash and then take the picture. I want to crash into vehicles. I want to show everyone how cool my crashes are. Because once you pause the game and after controlling the car you can... There, perfect.
Yo, dog, good to find. I'm heading that.
Cycle the cameras. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a great picture of my car there. You know, you can really check out. You can really see the detail of my car here.
Way. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, that's well, check it out, guys. Check out how awesome my car is. Oh yeah, I'm liking this angle right now. And they'll give me money for this. But hey guys, this is my photo ad, you know. Now look. Bank reward. Oh really? I only got $50 for that? Are you sure? Anyway, so that's basics. Need for Speed Underground 2. It's by far one of the best games on this system. If you're really into racing, I totally recommend getting this game. And you could probably find it for cheap, considering now that the GameCube is sort of over with in most people's eyes. And then also, you know, it wasn't highly lauded, so it's not highly sought after in most people's eyes. But yeah, Need for Speed Underground 2. And this has been Holavoir playing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.